Legend says a dragon lies chained beneath this river. What's really down there is stranger. Watch this flood get cut in two. Nothing here is moving except the water. It was built with no dam, no gates, and no power. Today it's a bank of gravel, a low stone wall, a notch in a cliff. 3 parts. That's the whole machine. A dam was the obvious answer. Here it fails twice over. This river drags a mountain of sand down every year. A wall across it would silt up and die. And the empire needed to sail on it. Its armies moved south on grain. No crew outworks a flood at midnight. They rebuilt the bed instead. The outer channel is wide and shallow. The canal they dug is narrow and deep. In dry months, the river runs low and settles into the deeper bed. 6 parts in 10 turn toward the farms. That's the traditional design ratio. In flood, it rises and runs straight, and the wide channel takes the surge. 6 parts in 10 go the other way. The shape of the bed decides. Sand rides the bottom, so 8 parts in 10 of it never get in, which leaves 2. 2 parts in 10 of a mountain river, every year, settling into the canal. A machine with a slow leak. Silt is what kills canals. The bed comes up. The intake starves. The plain starves with it. So the sand has to come out. They had no pump and no gate. Downstream, the canal squeezes through a slot they burned out of the mountain, 20 meters wide. Push more water at it and it doesn't open any wider. The surplus stacks up in front and has to go somewhere. It goes sideways, over a low stone wall, and takes the sand with it. Round the bend, the flow turns like a drill. Clear water rides the top into the intake. The sand-loaded layer runs the bottom to the inside of the curve, where the wall is. Water piling up at the slot lifts that layer over. The bigger the flood, the cleaner it gets. The wall is 2 meters high. It has to be that low. Raise it and it skims off clean water and leaves the sand. Drop it a meter and it drains the farms every spring. It was bamboo baskets of cobbles. A big flood is meant to take it, a hole that says no. An island that sorts by level. A bend that sorts by weight. It was never built to last. It was built to be rebuilt. Which is the harder problem. How do you get 2,000 years of strangers to rebuild it right? After you're dead. With no drawings, every winter they dam the canal off with wooden tripods, walk out onto the dry bed, and dig it out by hand. Winter after winter. 500 years ago, an official dredging this bed hit metal. A plate, 6 characters cut into it. Dig the channel deep, keep the weir low. And a signature, the name of the man who built it. Nobody has ever proved the plate was his. It made no difference. They cut the 6 characters into the temple wall and have obeyed them ever since. Dig deep, keep it low. We read that as 1 instruction, not 2. Rebuild the weir off a bed that rises every year and the weir rises with it. A rising weir stops flushing sand. So there are iron bars buried in the bed opposite. Dredge until the iron shows. They lie 2.2 meters below the top of the weir. That number never moves. The iron is not in the river. It's under it. Hit the iron, and bed, weir, and sand are measured from the same buried bar again. There are 4 down there. 1576, 1864, 1927, 1994. 4 different states, each laying its own bar into the same gravel at the same depth, so the next people would know where the bottom belongs. Go back and it still looks like nothing. A bank of gravel taken apart and put back every winter. Nowhere else has anyone kept one machine alive this way for 2,200 years. And what they follow is 6 characters long.
Enjoyed the adventure? like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.